Okay, what's the benefit of walking on this concrete ground? There's no benefit to that. What's the benefit of eating this genetically modified food? There's no benefit to that. What's the benefit of breathing in this defiled air? What's the benefit of people cutting trees down? There's no benefit to that. And this is why the world is in a complete dying situation. Okay? So let's read that again. That's actually my favorite chapter right there. Isaiah 24, let's read that again.
Isaiah 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right.
Because they have transgressed the laws.
Yeah, because the so-called white man's in power and he's defiled the earth. He's a defiled creature and he's defiled the earth.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I'm bitter. No. I might be bitter, but guess what? I'm stating the fact. They are defiled. They are a wicked group of people. I'm not saying something that's out of this world. It's true. Look at the track record. Let's read that one more time.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws.
Because they have transgressed the laws of the universe. The laws of the universe goes back to this Bible. And this is why you have young women and older women getting involved in whoredom.
Yeah.
And young boys getting involved in all kinds of bullshit that they get involved in. Want to be thugs, want to be bad boys. So we live in a world where everything that's supposed to be is looked down upon, and everything that is contrary to what it's supposed to be is upheld. But this is what happens when you transgress the laws of the Most High. Yeah. Matter of fact, brother, give me the book where it says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. Somebody give me that.
On that point about the concrete.
Yeah, go on, brother.
The point about the concrete, it's actually the earth gives out healing vibrations.
Yeah.
So for those that done research, they say when you walk barefoot, you know, in the proper places like gardens or, you know, I've got a little patch of garden in the front.
Yeah.
You can walk barefoot because it gives off good vibrations.
Yeah, because the earth has energy.
Energy, that's it.
So if you're walking on energy, you're going to gain more energy.
And and they say babies at a young age before 5, it's good for their brain because there's certain chemicals in the earth that goes to the brain, which is it sounds strange, but it's good for the brain for young babies, for them to walk on barefoot. But obviously now everything's tarmac and concrete.
Yeah, the tarmac is not a healthy thing to walk.
Slows down the development of babies' brains.
Exactly. So I mean, there's no benefit to being under this man's power structure. There's no benefit whatsoever. Like I said, there's no benefit to what the so-called white men ever did on the planet. Go on, brother.
Psalms 145 and 20. We have not dealt so with any nation.
Right.
As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
That's it. So the Lord has already given us the law, statutes, commandments, and that's that.
Yep.
So when we live in a society such as this, what are they also promoting in the media? That's still the media aspect of things. What do they promote in the media? They promote women to be sluts and whores by putting up people like Cardi B. Who else, brother?
Yeah.
She's a but you know, I can respect Cardi B. I can respect Cardi B. You know why? Because she's honest.
Yeah.
What she's saying is, I'm a sick woman, and you know what? I'm gonna make my money showing my sickness, which is a sad deal. But
sad, yeah.
What I'm saying is this: they put sick people
very sad
on TV so that you can duplicate that same style.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And they want to use.
Esau does. That's what Esau does. See what Esau do? Esau put a sick person amongst our people.
Yeah.
Put them on the fucking media and have them represent the whole entire race.
Right. There you go.
And she's I think she's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
She's a Puerto Rican, and all majority of the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi women, they're following off.
Right. And a lot of those rap guys that are on TV, a lot of them are sick anyway.
A
lot of them are sick.
Got this. This is Ecclesiastes 26, verse 25.
Ephraim, innit?
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog,
right?
But she that is shamefaced. Is that the one?
But you don't really have to get that, brother. The point of the matter is that Esau is contrary to life. So what Esau does is that he'll portray images that are not supposed to be portrayed, and everybody's supposed to follow that trend. And that trend doesn't benefit nobody. Go on, bro.
Isaiah 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Right.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness.
And that's what this society is all about. It's about putting darkness before light. Anything that's wrong, let's put that on. Let's exalt that. Let's put that above and beyond, and that everybody can follow that. And that's what this society is all about. Like I said, when we're dealing with the media side of things, what are they promoting in the media? Bad is good and good is bad. Okay? The bad boy or the bad guy. That's the end thing now. But the guy that, you know, is sane in the head and he's level-headed, that's looked down upon. So when you understand it, when you read the scriptures, you're able to understand what society to build up. And then you look around and see what world you're living in. It's clear. It's cut and dry and clear that this world is everything wrong. This is the wrong place to be for anybody. And people are so stupid that they're having children in this goddamn place now. The Bible tells you about that. Give me that in Isaiah 16. Because all these kids are going to grow up to be, if this society prolongs itself, these little youth out here, or these little, you know, I call them up and coming gremlins, because that's what they're going to be anyway.
You want to say that?
Isaiah 16. It speaks about having no sons or daughters in this place. It's probably Jeremiah 16. Yeah, so what's going to happen? A lot of these kids that grow up in this environment, they're going to become corrupt and become gremlins. Okay, this ain't the place to be. Okay, if you in your right state of mind, as we all are, which is why we're miserable, you know, gets. Because we're in our right state of mind, you're gonna understand that this is not the world to be in. You're gonna want to prophesy against this fucking place, man. If you in your right state of mind. You got people all on medication, or they high on drugs. Okay, if you ain't high on some kind of drugs, illegal drugs, you high on some kind of medication. And that's why you have people that act so demonic, man, because they under some kind of medication, or they on some kind of illegal drugs.
Yeah, since I've been on the news, there's a particular school here, and I don't know if it's a Catholic school, but I think it's in Birmingham, and the majority of the people in the school are Muslims. So Muslims, they teach against homosexuality, right? But the school have decided that they're going to teach the children about homosexuality. But the parents, all the parents are protesting about it, but they said, listen, we got to teach them from a young age. But they're saying, like, how is it? Because these children is like the primary school. They're like 3 years old, 4 years old. But they're saying, how is it? Religion, they're too young to be taught about religion at that age. Right. But homosexuality, they're not too young for. Right. And they're saying that because they need to start learning about love at that age. Right. So like teach about man and man, woman and woman, man and wife. Right. But they said religion, you cannot teach about religion because at that age, they're too young for religion. That's stupid. You know?
So what you're saying, brother, is because they can learn religion from a young age.
Yeah.
They can then find the reason to teach them.
I said religion, they're too young for that.
Yeah.
Homosexuality, like you got to teach them about that from that. Yeah. Can you imagine a 4-year-old teaching them about man and man? Because naturally, being a child is gonna be look at another girl. Oh, that's my girlfriend. And that's look at another boy and say that's my boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? But they sort of saw that confusion already at a very young age.
You train a child in a way that he should go.
So is there an uproar at the parents today?
Parents are protesting.
Yeah, but you know what they're doing? Esau again, man. Like I said, Esau is not. They're not right, man. They're not right to rule anything. Because the thing about it is right. Like when I was a young kid, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, there were certain teachers that I liked, man.
There's some ones that I hate. I dreaded going to school because some certain teachers.
I'm talking about I liked in terms of how they were fine. They were attractive. There were certain women that were teachers.
The music.
That I liked, you know, but see what Esau does, you know, because he's perverse.
Yeah.
So what he will do, anything that the Most High stood up based on what is it, natural selection, Esau will pretty much pervert that.
Yeah.
That's the so-called white man. Entirely, what he does is he perverts that which is what's supposed to be. That's what he does. The precepts.
Hold on, got this. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Going back to what this brother's saying, because they're trying to have control over their children. That's why the scripture says it's better not to have any sons or daughters in this place. Why? Because you can't. Your children are supposed to be your house.
Yeah.
You know, when it says a man's house, and I'm talking about literally his physical building house. That's talking about his wife, his descendants, his children, his offspring. Now, it's now all your house belongs to the government. Now they have
nice, brother, nice.
Now your government, the government has control over what your child learns.
Yep.
Okay, and if you don't send them to their government schools, then you get into trouble.
Yeah.
They have legal.
Yeah.
They have legal control.
God.
I don't even want to talk about that, man. Legal control over your kids, man. So say if you call yourself disciplining your child, okay, which is what you're supposed to do, biblically and scriptural, you're supposed to do that. Esau the devil will come in between and say, no, you can't do that. Your child's mine.
Yeah.
They'll take your children from you. Okay? And then now they're trying to make out reasons to justify teaching children homosexuality. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once again, bringing about that that whole depopulation thing, man.
Yeah.
Alright? Because they know that homosexuality, lesbianism, that's all depopulation. Yeah. They know really that's all about. The peons, the idiot peons, they don't see that that's the underlying agenda behind it.
Right.
Alright?
Exactly.
The elites, they know better.
Yeah.
Alright? So it's,
they do know better to destroy people. Right. You know what I mean?
This is
go on, brother.
Jeremiah 16 verse 2. Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place.
You know though, brother, what you're doing, right? And I don't like what you're doing. What you're doing, you're reading the scriptures and breaking it down. Just telling them to read the scriptures.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you gotta stop doing that, brother. But but read that again. Read that again.
Thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place,
right,
and concerning their mothers that bear them,
right,
and concerning their fathers that begat them in this land.
Right, that begat them in this land. And we can use the scripture for right now. Go on.
They shall die of grievous deaths.
Right, they shall die of grievous deaths. Now, like I said earlier before, just to balance things out. Now, the brothers that are in the truth that have children, you ain't gotta worry about that because y'all gonna be delivered anyway. And your household is gonna be delivered. You know, there's certain brothers already know that, but I'm just putting it out in the air, you know. But generally speaking, these kids out here that are born in this land with no kind of truth to them, with no kind of connection with the Most High, they're gonna just destroy. They're just gonna be destroyed. Go on, bro. Yes, now you can.
I like it. That's why each new generation have a new name. You have the millennials, and I believe the next generation coming up after the millennials, they'll give them a different name because each generation that's coming up are worse than the previous one.
Exactly.
They keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Exactly.
You know?
This is Sirach chapter 16 verse 1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
Right, desire not a multitude of unprofitable children in the truth be told. And this is bitter as hell. See, this truth is bitter, man. You don't understand it. This is why this truth ain't for everybody. There's a lot of these kids that you see going up and down the street. And I'm not gonna lie, I like kids. I like the little kiddies, you know what I'm saying? But the truth be told, these children are unprofitable people. Okay, because ultimately they're gonna be destroyed. Like it tells you in the scriptures. Worry not about the multitude that's gonna perish in vain.
Missile food.
You know? Go on, bro. That's just what it is.
Most I likes children, but he has no problem killing them. Salakia.
Yeah.
No, they're going to be a lot of missile food young children. Man.
Well, that's in Isaiah 9:4. They're going to be fuel for the fire. Go on, brother.
Neither delight in ungodly sons.
Right, and neither delight in ungodly sons. And that's all that you're going to raise up in this world, man. All you're going to raise up is an ungodly soul, whether it's your son or your daughter, man. Because this society breeds contempt. It breeds confusion. Now, when we look up the word confusion, the word means to mix together. The word comes with, and fusion means to mix. So Esau is mixing and matching everything, his lies and his deceits with the truth. And that's where we get confusion. Okay? And this is why you have a lot of young people that bugged out their mind, man. They're doing things they don't be doing, you know, and they transform themselves to that they shouldn't have to. Why? Because the Most High set this man in power, all right, And I'm talking about the so-called white man, and what he's been doing to this utmost present moment in time is doing just that, creating evil and wickedness. And it's just damaging the earth.
Yeah.
Go on, bro. So all you're gonna get from the society is ungodly children, man. Because they're following the laws of what it means to be ungodly. Go on. Or the ways of the so-called white man. Let me just say that one and more better. Go on.
Though they multiply, rejoice not in them,
right.
except they fear the Lord, be with them.
Right.
Good scripture.
Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude.
Right.
For one that is just is better than 1,000.
Right, exactly. And that's all you have in the inner city ghettos, man. All you have is ungodly niggards.
Ecclesiasticus chapter
That's all you
16.
got in the hood, man. All you got in there is pretty much niggards floating around the place. Because the parents didn't know how to raise them up right, and the society that they're under doesn't know what to do with them and don't give a damn about them.
And better is it to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
Right, to have them that are ungodly. See, that's powerful right there. That's real. That's real talk. It's better to have no children than to have ungodly children than to die with ungodly children. Okay? So it's it's a good thing that certain brothers ain't got no kids, because that's all you're gonna produce in this world anyway, generally speaking. Your kid is gonna grow up being something that you didn't expect him to be, or teach him to be. Why? Because he's gonna correspond with what's bigger than him. And what's bigger than him is what he sees on TV and what they see in school. Like all of us, we follow the trends of that when we were in school at one time, and we became ungodly. Now the Lord can have mercy on that soul if he's the elect and revert it back to the truth. But this ain't the place to be, man. This ain't the place to create life in. There's no life in this place. This is a valley, a lowland. Right? And you have harlots and you have hoes around it that have been around with different guys and they got all different kind of DNA cells up in them. Okay? That's just the truth. I know it sounds bitter. I know it sounds a bit harsh from saying it, but it's just reality, man. It's the girl. You got any more now? Yeah, read on.
That's it. Going back to Isaiah 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth.
Right, therefore have the curse devoured the earth. And this society, especially down here in Great Britain, when you come to England, all you're going to see and walk past is sick people. That's all you're going to see and walk past. Okay? Now, they may not be physically sick, but they're spiritually sick. They got mental problems. They got all kind of problems going on. Because this is the most sinful environment ever. In the most backwards environment ever. And this is why you have sicknesses here. Same thing with America too. You go to America, boy, people are bugged the fuck out up there, man. I mean, you talk about the drugs, the opioids, the tablets, and I mean, you ain't seen shit yet, man, when you go to America. Ain't nothing but sick people in America. And it's the same thing down here in England. You have nothing but sick people down there. Yeah. And that's because of unrighteous dealings. Go on, bro.
Second Esdras, verse 6. Let me start from verse 18, right? And it said, behold, the days are come. In fact, can you get Second Esdras 6, verse 18. Verse 18.
Alright, this is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, from verse 18. And it reads, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
Right, so we're in those days where the Lord is beginning to draw nigh and to visit them who dwell upon the earth.
And I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Read that part again.
Verse 19. and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly.
Right, so the Lord is going to make an inquisition of them that have hurt unjustly.
And what does the word inquisition mean, brother?
What it means to search out.
Or inquire.
Okay. So the Lord is going to so that shows that the Most High, He don't forget about that which is past. Alright? He don't forget about that which is past. So He's going to make an inquisition of all them that have hurt unjustly. Now, that's exactly where the word fugitive comes from. Being a man who's trying to escape justice. Alright? And that's why he's constantly trying to project his injustices onto his victims. Alright? And other people. Like I said, like when you watch that interview with Mr. Waters and Ben Yisrael.
Yeah.
When I watched it, I was looking at this guy, and then like, it's just the way he was trying to shine a negative light upon what he called the black Hebrew Israelites. We're not black Hebrew Israelites. We're the Israelites. All right. We're not a religion, right? We're not. What else did they say? Okay. We're not the Black Panthers or nothing like that. This is basically like an awakening, like a resurrection among our people, coming back to who we are. As the scripture says, awake thou that sleepest. Because we've been sleeping, we slumbered and slept according to Matthew 25, okay, for a long time. We've lost our heritage. But now, the breath of life has entered into us according to the intent of the Most High, okay? And the flesh has now come upon us. And now we're standing upon our feet with great boldness according to Isaiah 11, all right? So now we're out here and we realized who we are. We're not who the white man, who Esau said that we are. We are Yasharallah, okay? Israel, okay? We're the Israelites. We're the people that the Holy Bible is referring to, okay? And now Esau coming along, calling us the black. We never call ourselves the black Hebrew Israelites. Like it's just black people that are Israelites. Don't you know you've got so-called Colombians, Puerto Ricans, Peruvians, Chileans, Argentinians, Mexicans. Are they referred to as black? No. So this trying to label us or brand us the black Hebrew Israelites. Like this is the like we're the descendants of the Black Panthers. That's they're trying to militarize, to try to make us like into a military, the black Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? That's why these guys hate your eye. Was it House of Israel? They were the ones preaching out there in DC. Once they had footage of them at the shootout range. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have no footage of that. What they did was they went and did that by themselves.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Right. Okay? And that's why the elders was kind of getting them. They didn't like that because it was almost like they're going to come for us because of that. Okay? And that's not why we don't want to be persecuted because of that, man. We want to be persecuted for doing this, man. For the word of the Lord, for the right reasons. Okay? But the whole point being is that this guy, Mr. Waters, he tried to make it look like what we were doing was unjust. We have every reason to have hate, man. Okay? Esau is trying to say that it's wrong for us to have hate. They're the original hate group. Okay? Anyway, read on.
And I will begin to make inquisition of them with them that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Right, so the two words, unjust, right, and the affliction of Zion. Zion, that's basically another label for the Lord's monument. The Most High has remembered ones. The Most High has his people in remembrance. But why does, because there's even a deeper, why are we called the monument? Okay, why does the Most High remember us even though we've been so sinful towards him? Why? Because the Most High wants his name to be continuously praised.
Yeah.
And if the Most High had destroyed us, be left to praise his holy name, because the Most High's name is only in Zion, man. The Most High's name is not in Ishmael or the tabernacles of Ham or Enoch. All right? Or Edom down, the scripture says the wicked will not learn righteousness, man. So the Most High's name down shows not in Edom. Okay? So the Most High is going to come for the controversy of Zion, man. For what's happened to his people. Because right now the scriptures talk about the accuser of our brethren. Esau is accusing Ben Israel.
Yeah.
Ben Israel, he's the nobody.
Can I make a point?
Who is this guy? This guy that shows up. And that's not even Hebrew. Israel. That sounds Arabic, man. That's
It's really English when you break it down.
Ben Israel.
It's really
It sounds Arabic.
It's really what he really should have said is Bon Yasha Allah. That's what he really should have said.
Right.
Because the brother made an observation at the end of the interview. Was it Jesse Vargas? Something his name was. What's the guy?
Mr. Watters. That's his surname.
All right. Jesse
Mr. Waters, he's a so-called Jew.
Jesse Waters, Ben Israel, yeah. The Mason handshake at the end. After the whole interview, it was a Mason handshake. So
he's putting sell out.
So he said that the conclusion was that he's not for us. He's not in our interests. And there's certain questions as well, and how he was answering certain questions. Friendly, what do you call it? Politically correct.
Yeah.
And we're not politically correct, so that just threw it all out the window.
There's a reason why they didn't put a member of GMS on that news report, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why, and he folded up because Mr. Wise asked him, do you think that you are superior to other races?
I would have said, yeah.
And you know what Mr. Wise said? He said, no, other races have done their wrongs.
Yeah.
No, they've...
That's not being bold.
Yeah, and he rubbed his nose as well.
But you know what I would have said, right?
I'm an Israelite.
You know what I would have said? Well, how come the so-called Jews in the land of Israel, as I call them so-called Jews, is going to want to... How come you start calling them so-called Jews? How come they proclaim to be superior, but when we call ourselves superior, all of a sudden it's a problem? But they've been calling themselves superior above all nations for fucking years.
Fox News is well known for Bill O'Reilly.
And I don't cut you, brother.
Yeah.
Who runs Fox News?
Right.
Them so-called scum of the kind bastards.
That's it. That's it. Bill O'Reilly, Bill O'Reilly he's well known for being superior.
Yeah.
It's a white supremacy Fox News station.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the Most High used Fox News because Fox News has got an infamous reputation.
Yeah,
So
it does.
for those critical fingers, it's going to backfire anyway.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you know what they're doing? What they're supposed to do.
Right.
That's what they're doing is fulfilling prophecy.
That's right.
That's all they're doing. You know, so whatever these niggas are doing, I'm talking about these crackers.
Yeah.
It's their niggas too. Right? Whatever they gotta do, just do it, man.
Right.
Stop wasting your time, man. Just do it.
Right.
Put us on the media, say that we're terrorists. Do what you gotta do because it was written that you was gonna do it. And we already knew you was gonna do it before you even fucking make the move. So make the move, man. What you waiting on?
Right. Because exactly how the brother said, if that was me, I would have said, yeah, we're over you. According to what the Bible says. Okay, we're the Lord's chosen people. The Most High chose us and our fathers over you other races of people.
I would have called
I would have brought asked the guy that's filming if he had a King James Bible in him so I could prove. The scripture says prove all things, man.
But President Hart made a point. It's not an order. He said, if you get an opportunity to go on news and do an interview,